What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? This is Jim George Baker, also known as the Anime Recruiter, and I'm coming with you with another review of an anime series called Gokusen. And to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I can say too much about this show. I mean, I'll be honest, like I said, it's actually just a school-based show that's a slice of life, that's comedy in it, and it has a little bit of action packed, but that's pretty much it. Really, nothing too special about this show. Is because I mean, it's really nothing to say about it. I mean, it's about a female, it's about a female main character. Her name is Ojo, and she's pretty much going to be the successor of this group. That's supposed to be a criminal organization group called the Uedo clan, and pretty much she's been raised since she was a little girl to be, the brains, the pretty much the backbone of the Uedo clan. And far as I'm concerned, she's pretty much aced it, because as far as her being the successor, because she's badass. Okay, she can pretty much kick. She's pretty much like the king of fighters, except for she's a woman, so she'd be the queen of fighters. And yeah, she pretty much kick ass. She's she has that charismatic thing going on. She's very boisterous. She knows how to negotiate with people. She's badass. She pretty much I mean, if they want to raise her to be a clan leader of a criminal organization, they did a good job. They did a good job. But you know what? She decides one day though to risk it all, though, to risk her entire career. And as far as being a gang leader, she decides to risk that career, that criminal career of hers, her entire Uedo clan family. She's willing to risk all that, risk her family, the Uedo clan family, to become a teacher. And that's pretty much the story. That's pretty much the story right there. I mean, that's it. Now, I mean, it starts off. I mean, pretty much it starts off with her going to the school for the first time, because she's pretty much a first year teacher that's supposed to be teaching high school, and she pretty much goes to this. She pretty much supposed to teach. She's a rookie. She's a rookie. She's a first year teacher, and she's going to be teaching at this high school that's supposed to be known. That's supposed to be notorious for having extremely just bloodthirsty students. They're supposed to be known to, rob and just, drink and just go insane and have fights. And, these kids are just supposed to be these bad kids that just make you want to go, my God, these people are crazy. I mean, that's pretty much their reputation. I mean, and for the most part, they pretty much meet the reputation. I mean, they pretty much meet that reputation, because they get in a lot of fights. They drink. They go all crazy, and pretty much her name, I guess the main female character, her name is Ojo, and her name is Ojo. But see, the thing is, if she wants to teach, the thing is, she has to keep her secret of her being the successor of the Uedo clan. So she decides to, instead of calling herself Ojo, she decides to call herself Miss Yamaguchi. And since she's called herself Miss Yamaguchi, she goes in there for the first time to the principal, and she gives her, she shows her all her papers, and he's happy to, she's like, welcome aboard. Now the vice principal, he's like the snob who's like, you don't want to come here. these boys are crazy and they're wild. And he's pretty much scaring her to leave and all that kind of stuff and yeah, but she's like, you know what, that's she obviously she's not too afraid, and she goes up to the class, and at first when she starts teaching there, she's having she's having students giving her a hard time, so she has to kind of you know pretty much she has to kind of gain her she has to figure out a way how to gain their respect because they're just giving her a hard time. So she has to figure out how to gain gain their respect. So yeah, she has to gain their respect, so that way she can help them learn, and because they've always figured they're just gonna be known as thugs, and why not be thugs? And so she's got to teach them that that's not the way to live, and if you educate yourself, you can reach higher mountains. And that's pretty much the confrontation of the story. And yeah, Miss Yamaguchi, or Ojo, when she's the successor of the clan. But yeah, she's pretty much a tomboy. You know, she acts, see, when she's a teacher, she acts sweet, but there are times her personality switches up. So they'll switch up on the wrong time. So then there'll be times where she acts like a gangster, because again, somehow her personality switches because she's trying to keep two roles in check, and the students when the students see her acting like a gangster, they're freaking out like this teacher is off her rocker, and now as far as how she looks, I mean, she's small, she's short, she looks timid, she's not voluptuous at all, so there's really no real fan servicey aspects to her at all. I guess that's supposed to be like rare. It is kind of rare in my opinion. Usually female lead characters, there are always some good looking about them that just that's supposed to be flashy. But no, she's just pretty much plain Jane. So that's also another thing. But I also want to talk about the art style. It's not your typical anime art style where everybody has big eyes and whatnot. It kind of reminds me of that Baki the Grappler art style. It has that similarity to it. There's a little difference between the two, but it's a lot similarity. Kind of makes me think that they have the same. Maybe the same person drew those two shows. Maybe I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe I don't know, but it has that similarity to that. That Baki the Grappler art style to it. So where everybody actually looks Japanese. They have different noses. It's not all pointy. They're not all their noses are not pointy. They have different noses, and again, they look Japanese. They actually look Japanese, which is, I guess, it is pretty surprising. If you guys know what I mean. But now, as far as the other characters are concerned, you have Shin, who's supposed to be the male lead character. He has this whole, he's just quiet, and the thing about him is that he's always investigating, Miss Yamaguchi, or Ojo. He's always trying to investigate her to see what's going on, because always weird things happen when these people mysteriously gets beat up because she's trying to save the day from somebody getting bullied, Miss Yamaguchi. And he's trying to figure out, well, how these people get beat up, trying to figure that kind of stuff out. And he starts looking at the teacher, which is like, there's something, there's something mysterious about her. I know there's something more than just her being a teacher. I know there's something, there's something more to her, I know she has something to do with these people getting beat up. So he's always trying to, but of course, all the other students, they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with her. She's just a whacked out teacher trying to act gangster. There's nothing wrong with her. And then you have the dog. Yeah, there's a dog in here who can talk. But of course, no one hears the dog talk. Kind of like Garfield, where, where you can hear Garfield talk, but no one else seems to hear Garfield talk, which is pretty interesting. And they both walk upright. but the dog's name is Fuji. And then there's another teacher who's a lot more voluptuous than Miss Yamaguchi. Her name is Miss Fujiyama. Her name's Miss Fujiyama. She's like I guess the best friend of Miss Yamaguchi or Ojo, if you want to call it either way. And yeah, Miss Fujiyama, she's pretty much sadly she's pretty much a pervert. I mean, yeah, unfortunately she's pretty much a pervert, but yeah, that's the way the ball bounces, I guess, in these anime shows. And but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's really nothing to tell. I mean, as far as my problem with it is that I fairly enjoyed this. It was okay. I fairly enjoyed this, but I can see why the next person would not enjoy this because this is supposed to be a comedy, and yeah, this show gets pretty stupid. I mean, it gets pretty stupid where it's like, oh God, where they'll try to switch it from being emotional to comedical. Switch it from being emotional to having being a comedy. And there's sometimes they do it right, but then there are times it's just, oh God, please. And then the ending. I mean, I think they just made something up at the end. I don't know. It's like they just made something up because that ending was crappy. They just thought of some stupid crap and they just put it in the anime. I don't know. Maybe they're just going for a second season or maybe some set of OVA series or a movie. I don't know, but yeah, that ending was pretty crappy. I mean, not one of your better endings when it comes to an anime. Not one of your better anime endings. Phew. But again, overall, I enjoyed it. But yeah, there's really nothing to say about this show. Again, but hey, what do you guys think? Have you seen this show? Did you like it? Did you think it sucked? Did you think it's the worst anime of all time? Let me know in the comments below. Again, this is Jim George Baker, also known as the Anime Recruiter. Um, just got pretty much finished this review of Gokusen. Gokusen, and that's pretty much it. So signing out. Peace.